What is up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of Conan Weekly. I am the Great Stevo, and it's that time again for all the news and updates from last week. So let's get right on into the video today. So it's been kind of a slow week for news and so on for Conan Exiles. I put the video off until today, hoping some more would come out for me to share with you guys, but nothing else has came out since the 21st. So I figured I'd go ahead and put the video out now. And then hopefully we have more news coming this week. But the only things that have really been tweeted out this week or put up in the Steam forums are performance-based, basically with an official workaround thread for the AMD issues. For basically all this is telling you, like, there was an issue before with their AMD using the AMD processors, and they originally had another workaround for it, but now they have stuck and worked around it again for better usage. This was posted in the Steam forums and community discussion by the community manager Jens Jarek, and it was titled Official Workaround Thread for AMD Issues. This thread contains possible solutions for players who have had performance problems running Conan Exiles, AMD CPUs and GPUs, or Realtek onboard audio. Then they leave a link here to revisit the original thread about the AMD problems. During May, we used an external QA company to run compatibility tests across systems equipped with various combinations of AMD, NVIDIA, and Intel hardware. We put together hardware for the test based on DXDIAG reports. So basically, they did an external QA run on compatibility for the systems with different various types of AMD, NVIDIA, and Intel hardware. They put together reports received from players who had previously reported performance issues. And then we have some insight on all this down through here. AMD CPU plus onboard audio, Realtek issues. For everyone with AMD CPUs who are having issues with alt-tabbing causing freezing, please do the following to eliminate the problem. And then they go down through here and tell you what steps to take to try to eliminate the problem at your performance issues. Then later on, they say they're going to make this an in-game client setting in the future patches. They've also updated their CPU system requirements. The old CPU requirements were Intel Quad 4 i5 or AMD equivalent. The new is Intel Quad Core i5 2300 or AMD FX 6300. Recommended system requirements. Notice this was the minimum system requirements, and this is their actual recommended system requirements. This right here is the absolute lowest that you could have and still be able to play Conan Exiles on PC. And the old recommended system settings was an i5, i7 with 3.3 gigahertz or AMD equivalent. The new is an Intel Quad Core i7 3770K or AMD Ryzen 7 1600X. Next bullet. When playing older versions of Conan Exiles on AMD GPUs, you may experience low frame rate on high or ultra setting preset. Workaround number 1, switch shadow presets to medium or low while keeping the other settings ultra or on high settings. Workaround 2, open console with the insert key on your keyboard and type r.allow point light cube map shadows 0. Right here is the command you want to type in, just like it's shown right here with the spaces when you hit insert and bring up the console. With the latest Steam version, which upgrades from Unreal 412 to 415, you should no longer experience performance issues when playing on high or ultra settings on AMD GPUs, and the workaround should no longer be required. And then they go back through right here and tell you their test results so far with these on Steam with the 412 and the 415. The same AMD uses here. You get 13 frames per second on high before with the 412, and now you get 28 frames per second on the 415. The next bullet they put up here is a do-it-yourself performance test, and this was performed on a AMD RX 480, and this is their results right up here. But they're showing you how they did it. Start or continue a single player game. Activate the cheat menu / admin panel with Control + Shift + C and teleport to D South. Activate console with insert key and type the stat FPS and stat unit, which when you open the console option and start typing this in, a list will pop up for you to choose. You don't have to continue to type it out. You just choose what you're looking for here. The FPS will be printed on the top right of the screen, And below you will see additional debug info, which indicates if you are CPU bound or GPU bound. Rotate your character a few times to cache the 3D assets. Move west to east along the river while reading out the frame rate, which I went ahead and did a small test, even though I'm running on NVIDIA and didn't have a problem with any frame rates or anything before, but I went ahead and did a small video to show you guys what they were talking about to type in to achieve all these test results right here, which I'll show you right now. We encourage you both using AMD, Intel, or NVIDIA to run the same test and post the results in the thread, which I didn't. I didn't post my results because I had no problems whatsoever. I think I was hitting 60, 70 FPS, so nothing changed for me really. And that was all for the official workaround thread for the AMD issues. They also put out test live patch on the 17th, which also ended up being pushed to live 2 days later. So it's the exact same thing. I'm only going to read you the one for the live because they are literally the same thing. The new hotfix that came out on the 19th for live, which is also in test live 2 days before, fixed an issue with the max ping allowed filter. You can no longer build while climbing. You now enter third-person view when you're climbing. Several server optimizations related to placeables and buildings, and fixed the case where the avatar defense dome would disappear on server restart. Short and sweet list right here on the hotfix added to live. Another point that I ran across, it's a little bit old, but not all that old. So the foliage being gone, even on ultra settings, people were noticing that the foliage was disappearing, which in my thumbnail said, "Who mowed my lawn?" Well, that came from this right here, because people were having a problem with their settings being on ultra after converting over to the 415 engine. There were areas with no grass, and a lot of people were having this issue right here. And then Nicole, who is also a community manager, came back with a response, "I mowed it all." So that's where I got my thumbnail quote from. So, I mean, somebody should be paying her some pretty damn good money for mowing all that grass away. But on a serious note, it is a bug on the 415 on saving grass maps. Everybody's aware of it and they are investigating. And this was back on July 11th, and I haven't heard anything else as if this had been fixed yet or not, but it was a bug that they were aware of. So every week, if you go to Reddit, they do a answers of the week thing and then they post them later on. But they've had this up for a while, and they take questions and then later on they post them to Steam later on in the week with answers as well as they can possibly answer with the information they are allowed to give. So I get a lot of my information from these forums and these posts, and you can go through these. They go all the way back from what I've seen to May 31st. And then the further down you go, of course, the newest answers and all questions that have been asked are posted here. Some of these are really, really useful and informative so that you don't have to keep asking questions that have already been asked. You can find a lot of answers already here that people have asked that they have answered. So I find this really useful a lot of times. And another thing that I picked up on through these posts and everything is if you go to Funcom.com, you can find news and an actual planned out layout of where they plan on going between now and their release of the game. And a lot of this, if you notice, has already been added or really in the process of being added right now, like the Siege Warfare, and the Highland Biome, which is coming out on August 16th with the launch of early game preview on Xbox One. Then you've heard him talk several times about these other bullets here, the Purge. We've heard about it over and over. It's been a work in progress for a while. What the Purge is a horde of NPC warriors that are going to descend upon the exiled lands and attack player settlements and players. So the players must be ready to defend against this brutal attack, but you can also capture new thralls with strong gear. And another one that everybody is greatly anticipating are the mounts, which is listed here. And it says you will be able to enjoy mounted combat on horses and capturing camels, rhinos, or even elephants to be used for pack animals or crushing your opponent's walls. Mounted combat will also make its way into Conan Exiles. But one thing to be added to this that they said a couple dev streams ago, there will never be a flying mount. So if you've got your hopes up for something with wings, it's not going to happen. Like they've said, it just makes the game world seem too small. So That flying mount is not in the works. They've talked over and over about sorcery, working on the sorcery system and settlement system right here. This is something that's going to be awesome once it's implemented. Create a living city where you can command your thralls to guard, patrol, craft, gather, or trade based on your own schedules. Build roads, set up schedules for your thralls, and breathe life into your settlement. So this right here will just add that much more uniqueness to the game. I mean, it's already a great game, and the more they add, the better it's getting. I haven't found anything that they've added yet that has put a downside to it. Anything they're adding right now is just a plus. I don't mean to sound like a fanboy. I am the first person to criticize a game if it's doing bad, but I haven't found anything yet to criticize the development team over. A lot of people would say, well, what about the server wipes? I can't complain about that because it is an early access game. We all know that beta games, the biggest majority of beta games, wipe after the game is launched, and then sometimes along the development process to get certain things that they want to add to the game, there is no choice but to wipe servers and everything in your progress to implement new, better things. So I can't knock them on server wipes. Whenever I play a game that is early access, I go in expecting server wipes frequently. So when they happen, I'm not crushed. Well, basically that is all I have. That is all that has really happened this week from the Conan Exiles development side that I could find. That was all the updates they had put out so far. I'm still waiting to hear back if there will be a dev stream this week. It has been 3 weeks since the last dev stream, but the office is also in vacation mode right now. So that is another reason that we are not getting any dev streams right now. As always, if you have enjoyed what you've seen here, just go down below and destroy that subscribe button. If you don't already follow me on social media, I have my Twitch and my Twitter links down below, as well as the Funcom and Conan Exiles Twitch and Twitter and channels. So just drop by, give everything a like, a follow, a share. It's greatly appreciated. Also, some exciting news I have 4 Conan Exiles Steam keys that I'm going to be giving away in giveaways. 2 of which I will be giving away during streams on Twitch. When I hit 50 followers, I will give a Steam key for Conan Exiles away, and when I hit 100 on Twitch, I will be giving another one away. So all you have to do is come in, follow, and once I hit 50, I will do a drawing. Then once I hit 100, I will do another drawing. For the other 2, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet on YouTube, but they will be YouTube giveaways. I don't know if I'm going to do it at subscribers or so many likes on a video. When I know more about how I'm going to give those 2 away, I will let you guys know. But I want to thank the guys over at Funcom and the Conan Exiles development team for providing these keys to me, and I will see you guys in the next video.